You're listening to Travel Nursing and Allied Life, hosted by TravCon. Welcome to the podcast. My name's Michelle Freitag, and I'll be your host today. This episode is all about the Travelers Conference, as we are just over a month out. TravCon is September 26th to 29th in Las Vegas at the Paris Hotel, and it's going to be epic. I'm going to give you a general overview of the conference, what to expect while you're there, and some insider tips, so stay tuned for that. The Travelers Conference has three arms it focuses on: educational, professional, and social. The educational section is huge. There's almost 50 sessions over the course of the 4 days. Many of them are eligible for CEs. The main 2-day conference has 5 rooms of concurrent sessions. And then there's pre- and post-conference sessions. The pre-conference sessions on Sunday are newbie boot camp and medical Spanish. And then on Wednesday, the medical Spanish is repeated for those who need a bit of flexibility, but we also add on a CPI class and our brunch. Multiple certifications are offered throughout the conference, including BLS, ACLS, PALS, NRP, AWHONN, and of course, newly added this year, our CPI class, which is in large part for ER and psych healthcare people because they need the nonviolent crisis intervention class. The second arm of our conference is professional. Travelers rarely get to meet their recruiters or anyone from their company, so this is the perfect opportunity to put companies on your shortlist for the coming year. The exhibit hall is nuts. Absolute crazy energy for 2 full days. There's over 90 exhibitors, many of them staffing companies with open positions. There's also a tax expert for travelers, a university offering online degrees, multiple housing and hotel companies offering short-term housing deals, apps, ways to find your own housing, because that's a huge part of the traveler lifestyle, social apps for connecting online with each other, a nurse who organizes international education cruises, hospital ships you can volunteer on, a mortgage lender who understands healthcare travelers, a travel nurse author, and a whole section of medical scrubs, shoes, and wearables. This year, we're actually adding a new section called the Traveler Entrepreneur Marketplace. Many of you have side gigs that you work on, businesses that you're growing while you're still traveling. So we're really excited to bring these people together into their own section where they can share their businesses with you and let you know what's going on. So make sure you make it over to the Traveler Entrepreneur section. Finally, social. This is your one big chance to connect with fellow travelers who understand and live your lifestyle. This conference has become a family reunion for so many travelers, as working on the road is a tough and lonely job. Starting many days before the conference, there are unofficial events organized by your fellow travelers, and this all adds to the magic of TravCon. They include wine tasting events, skydiving, golfing, hiking, meet and greets. There's even one walking through Vegas in a giant blow-up animal suit. So pretty much anything goes in Vegas. On Sunday, we start our pre-conference events, including newbie boot camp, where you have both a networking lunch and a cocktail reception added afterwards. Okay, one of our big new things this year we're really excited about is our $1,000 giveaway. Who needs $1,000 cash? So our $1,000 giveaway is for any traveler who signs up with a new company at TravCon. The company that you sign up with needs to be new to you, and it's totally fine if you sign up with your regular company, but for this particular prize, you have to sign up with a new company that you've never traveled with before. You have until 1 week after the conference to complete everything, which frequently can take only just a few days. An entry into the drawing is as follows. You get 1 entry for submitting to a position, 2 entries for submitting and interviewing for a position, and 5 entries for submitting, interviewing, and signing a contract for a position. So we're really excited about that. I think somebody's going to go away a very happy camper. All right, looking into the details of the event. A lot of you have questions on certain items, so I'm going to run through a bunch. Number 1, tickets. By far and away, the best deal are the bundle tickets. as they add in the pre-conference classes at a discount. Now, if you only have the main stage ticket, it still includes a ton of stuff. It includes your main conference day of both 2-day sessions. It includes breakfast and lunch served in the exhibit hall. It includes a new networking reception that we're adding on Monday, also in the exhibit hall, the after party on Tuesday at Dre's, and the farewell brunch on Wednesday. So there's a ton that's included with the main stage ticket. The tickets are all heavily subsidized by the exhibitors in the exhibit hall because we know that travelers aren't staff at hospitals and they frequently don't have the education money or are getting sent by their own hospital to go to an event. They pay every dime out of their pocket. So a ticket of the main stage ticket is worth over $600, but you don't have to pay that because a lot of the fees and the costs are covered by the exhibitors. So thank you to all our TravCon exhibitors. Moving on to rooms. So the conference is held in the Paris Hotel. And when you come down, if you're staying in a room in Paris, you come down the elevator and it's probably no more than 50 feet to walk straight into the conference hall. You don't even have to walk through a casino. That's a major bonus for many people. If you're staying at Bally's, you do have to walk across the casino floor, but you'll be wearing a mask. To go from Bally's to Paris is maybe less than a minute, so it's not too crazy. But I know rooms are really expensive in Vegas. They've really jumped up this year. So you've still got some other options. Our room block filled up and sold out twice. The third one, we managed to get another block at Bally's Hotel, which is not far away. Here's an inside tip for you. If you sign up for a Caesars reward account online through Caesars, you'll find that you get upwards of $50 off a room if you book through the Caesars website. Now, we don't mind if you book through our website and go through Caesars or go directly through Caesars. We don't mind one way or the other. So now if you still don't have a room, I recommend signing up for your Caesars reward account. And then when you log back in to see what rooms are available, they're $50 cheaper. You still have to pay the resort fee, which is kind of crazy. Our room block has a $25 resort fee. We've negotiated it down. Whereas if you book through Caesars, I think it's like $35 now per night. You can't avoid that fee. It's a huge moneymaker for them. It's part of the room of Vegas. Now, if you're still looking for a room and you don't want to get one on your own, but maybe you want to share, there's also a roommates page on Facebook. It's called TravCon Roommates, and you can try and join up with somebody who's already got a room. All right, for transportation, flights are thankfully so much more flexible now. If you have to change your dates or something happens, you've got the ability to change, which you never used to have before. Transportation to the hotel, you have a bunch of options. You can go, the cheapest route is the shuttle route. You can do, there's Super Shuttle, there's a whole bunch of different shuttle companies that you can look up. And typically it's about $11 one way to go by shuttle. Now, the one big negative with the shuttle is that it stops at multiple hotels. So you can find out where Paris is along the way, but chances are you might have 3 or 4 stops ahead of that. So it can take a lot longer to get to the hotel. If you want to do Lyft or Uber, Lyft is about $25 right now. It all depends on the time of day, and Uber's a bit more. Some people really go all out and they book a limo to arrive in style. Just know there are limos that you can book, or town cars. That's also an option. And lastly, if you're driving to the event, parking is still free, but that could change at any time. Prior to COVID, Vegas had started to implement charged parking, which was really unfortunate. But when COVID hit, most of the parking fees disappeared. Now with Caesars in Paris, as of the airing of this episode, parking is still free. But likely that could change, and they won't even announce the change. They'll just make a change. So just keep an eye out for that. So unofficial events. So much of the magic of the event is all the other events that your own fellow travelers are organizing and putting a lot of time in to get people together. There's also a lot of exhibitors that want to throw meet and greets or join up with things, pool parties, things like that. So check out our events page on our website for a listing of all the unofficial events. Again, our website's travcon.org. Just go to the events page and we've got them all listed out for you. Sometimes they're simply organized and you pay your own fees, and other times everything's covered if there's a sponsor for the event. So we highly suggest go a day or two early and absorb the fun and make new friends. Now, on the educational part of it, there are 15 hours of continuing education provided for the 2-day main conference, both Monday and Tuesday. There's another 7 hours of continuing education provided on Sunday and again on Wednesday. So if you did all the classes on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you could walk away with 29 hours. Basically covers your whole 2-year requirement for CEs. What we do at TravCon is you only have to scan in once per day, fill out an evaluation, and download your certificate. We're adding virtual sessions this year. So if you missed a session at the conference because you were at a different one, we'll be making those sessions available to you online after the event. Not 100% of the sessions will be available, and you'll be able to catch up with some of the sessions you might have missed later on. So I highly recommend going through the schedule for both days and making a plan, picking out which sessions, highlighting them, planning out your time in the exhibit hall based on what you want to see. You can also take your lunch into one of the speaking rooms because there will be tables to eat in there, and you can kind of double up by having a lunch session that you can listen to. So for certifications, this is the place to do everything all at once. If you need your certifications, TravCon is the place to do it. We do our sessions online ahead of time, and then the checkoff is done at the conference, so you're not wasting hours on end doing your full session. We offer ACLS, BLS, PALS, NRP, AWHONN, and now this year we've added the Crisis Prevention Intervention, which is also known as MAB, CPI, non-aggressive management. So there's a lot of different certifications that you can grab. You'll find the link on the website on how to go to our sessions page and read all about them. You'll also be sent the link, the online link, to do your stuff ahead of time. So you just show up for your sign off. Okay, the exhibit hall. Crazy. Full of energy. There is always a ton of swag. And swag is just fun and useful items that exhibitors give away to say thank you and hello. They want to talk to you. They spent a lot of money coming here, supporting us, supporting the event, and they want to be able to talk with you about what they have to offer. So they have some cool items to thank you with. Please take the time to say hello and chit chat with what they have. They're really excited to meet you. What we recommend is we have a conference app called TravCon. You can search for it anywhere you get your apps. And the app changed this year, so it has a different icon. It's a great bright green icon, and you have a way to put different exhibitors into your little sort of shopping bag. And we recommend that you put 3 to 5 companies into your conference bag so that when you work through different things throughout the year, you're like, oh, hey, I really liked somebody from this company, or I really liked something from this company. Sometimes companies don't have contracts for the places you want to go. So you might need 2 or 3 to be able to go back to, depending on where they're based, what types of positions they have. So we always recommend you put 3 to 5 companies in your shortlist so that you can go back to those for the coming year. All our exhibitors are listed on our website. So if you head over to travcon.org, go to Exhibit 2021 Exhibitors, and they're all listed there. If you want to visit any of them, their website, their phone number, their email, all their information is listed on our exhibitors page. So please go over and check out who's going to be coming and who you're going to be able to meet. We also have a new thing this year. It's a relaxation lounge. Now, with all the crazy excitement running between sessions and the excitement of the exhibit hall and the networking that's going on, you might need to have a little reset or relaxation or chill out time. So we've dedicated a whole room to relaxation. In this room, we're going to have yoga every morning from Monday morning and Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. And it's a 1-hour yoga where you can get in there, do some stretching, get yourself set up for the day. Then at 1 p.m. each day on Monday and Tuesday, we're going to have a new offering of sound bowl sessions. And if you've never been to a sound bowl session, now is your chance. So the sound bowl sessions will be at 1, And then in between those sessions, if you just need a place to chill out with some really, really mellow sounding music and a little bit of silence for your ears, this room will be available for you to just go in, do a short meditation, and head on out. So a lot of you are asking what to wear. What am I going to wear to this? So first off, pack layers. Vegas is usually triple digits in September, but when we're having it later this year, it might only be in the mid-90s. Regardless, it's hot. And hotels also are very heavily air conditioned. So you're going to be going between super hot and really cold. Basically, bring shorts and a t-shirt for the time when you're going to be outside and in the pool, and then longer shorts and pants and dresses for the evenings. You'll always want to have like a shirt or something that you can put over for the air conditioning as you come in. So layers is the way to go. Also, if you've never been to Vegas, distances are huge. Just going from one hotel to the next is probably a 15-minute walk. Now, we're recommending you can also, rates are super good at Flamingo right now. And Flamingo's only right next door to Bally's, which is right next door to Paris. But still, it's about a 20-minute walk from Flamingo over to Paris. So bring comfortable shoes that you can just throw in your bag in case your high heels kind of wear you thin. The event is business casual, so no cutoffs or tank tops. You'll be cold anyways. But you can wear a tank top and then just throw a long sleeve shirt over, which is really helpful for how air conditioned the rooms are. The speaking rooms also tend to be pretty cool. So have sort of a nice shirt and a nice pants. Know that so many times you're basically speed interviewing for a lot of these companies. And so it's nice to be prepared for what you're dressed for. It doesn't have to be super dressy. It's still fairly casual, but no cutoffs or tank tops. And finally, Dre's nightclub is one of the hottest venues in Vegas. And we highly recommend you take the opportunity to put your best duds on for it. Most of us haven't been out to an event in over a year, so this is pretty exciting. There's an unofficial theme of sequins for the event, even for the guys. So any of you who want to join in the event can do that for the sequins, but you certainly don't have to. Just know this is not a casual affair. Dress up and have fun with it. Now, there's a bit of a question going around saying you can't have open-toed shoes, and that's a little bit of a double standard. Pretty much any female can get away with open-toed shoes in Vegas because so many of their high heels or their sandals or their shoes are open-toed. However, men cannot get away with open-toed shoes. Phil tried this many years ago at TravCon and got turned away. And it's just not something they want to see. So if you're a guy, you'll have to have closed-toed shoes. But pretty much, if it's somewhat of a dressy shoe, they won't have a problem with ladies wearing those shoes. So sources for more info. Our website is by far and away the best place for all the information that you need. You can check out the events page for all the official events that we offer and the unofficial. A schedule page for all the sessions that are going to be offered, a list of the speakers, a list of all the exhibitors on the exhibitors page. So much information is found on there, the pricing, the refund schedule. If you want to refund or transfer to another traveler, that's found on the pricing page. But finally, we have a Facebook group called TravCon. So search for TravCon. We have also a business page. And then we have a roommates page if you want to check out that for joining other travelers. There's also some unofficial pages that are dedicated to TravCon, and they're run by other travelers and other people. And there's an unofficial events. There's other ones called TravCon, but just know we have our main TravCon group page and our business page and our roommates page. We also have an Instagram and Twitter account, so search for Travelers Conference there, and it's hashtag TravCon21. Now, many of you have questions about COVID because it's created such havoc this last couple of years. We had to cancel our event last year because things were just not ready and in place for a safe event. But we've had a whole year to plan to make a safe event for everyone. And TravCon's dedicated to protecting the health and safety of every attendee, exhibitor, and community member. We plan to follow our best practices, local and state and CDC recommendations, And we're super excited to know that almost 80% of our attendees and exhibitors are COVID vaccinated. So thank you for everyone for getting out there and getting your vaccine. And if you don't have it yet, please get it before the event. We'll be taking specific precautions to run a safe and meaningful event. We'll continue to monitor all the public health conditions, and things can change as it gets closer to the event. But as of now, our policy is that masks will be required for all attendees, exhibitors, and staff in any public indoor space. Now, we do offer breakfast and lunch, so unless you're actively eating or drinking, you'll have to wear your mask. We'll also be doing temperature checks each day for those entering the conference, and anyone with a fever of over 100.4 Fahrenheit or 38 won't be allowed into the event. So we'll just keep yourself safe, keep yourself protected, and if you do arrive to Vegas early, be careful. We really want you to be safe and secure and healthy. We'll be offering some physically distancing seating options. So our normal big tables that would have 10 people only have 5 chairs on there. So you've got a lot more space in between you when you're eating. And there's also going to be more space for seating in the education sessions, in the exhibit hall, and at the networking event. Our exhibit hall is 30% larger than it has been in previous years, and we have the same amount of exhibitors in that space. So we're really able to spread out and have a lot more space, so there's not a lot of crowding. There'll be tons of sanitizer stations available throughout the event space. Also, the hotel staff will be doing a lot more cleaning on all the high-touch areas. So that's all we have for now. Stay tuned for next week, the next few sessions on the podcast, because we're going to be bringing you more information about TravCon. Leave us a question down here if you have any questions on the event, and we'll address it in the next few episodes. So let us know what questions you have. Hope to see you on the Facebook pages, and we will find you in Vegas in September. Remember, it's hard work not to make friends at TravCon. We bring everyone together in a super fun atmosphere, and you just have to reach out and touch someone. Okay, not literally this year, but we bring everyone together. You're going to have a blast. So many people come on their own to TravCon because they're travelers. Travelers is a lonely business. So many people come without friends, and they make a ton of friends when they're there. So don't be worried if you're coming alone. So let's all get together for a safe and fun event. And thank you so much for joining us. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to Travel Nursing and Allied Life. You can find the full show notes below or at travcon.org. Please help us out by rating our podcast on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.